Shalom, everybody. Welcome back to Rabbi E in 3. I'm Rabbi Yosef Edelstein, Rabbi E for short, and get ready for a short burst of Jewish wisdom that I hope will elevate your life. I say that with confidence, the short part, because this will certainly be shorter than many of the previous few episodes of Rabbi E in 3, where the 3 became 4, 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 23 minutes. The Allman Brothers, I think, of course it was, they sang Rambling Man, beautiful song. They were singing about me, Rabbi E, the rambling rabbi. 3 becomes 23, and in truth, I want to experiment with longer formats, but today I'm going back to my roots, a shorter burst of Jewish wisdom. Okay, now, it's a powerful idea. Let's see if I can compress it into 3+ minutes. Basically, think of this as a public service announcement, a friendly reminder from Rabbi E, and that is that last I checked, Hashem took us out of slavery 3,300 years ago, roughly, out of slavery, not supposed to be slaves anymore, brought us to Mount Sinai, gave us the Torah, a book of instructions to lift us out of slavery, physical and spiritual. Yet, last I checked my own life, not to mention earlier millennia, I don't know, I think I'm still a slave. I think we all struggle with breaking free of what? Of work. And if not just the hours in the office or now in front of the screen, the work mentality, the inability to let go, to back off, to just like let it rest, to chill. Very hard. The work mentality, and of course, slavery too. The golden calf of our age, this is not an iPhone, as my wife always reminds me gently that I should have gotten an iPhone, but I went down the Android road. But our devices, our technology, our social media, we're enslaved to it. That's not hyperbole, and it's not just a frilly kind of language, right? We're slaves to it. We can't let go, or we have very great difficulty letting go. We Jewish people have an amazing gift. Well, the Torah, book of instructions, to lift us up out of being enslaved to our lower selves and to the physical world at large, in general, I should say. But one of the crown jewels within the magnificent Torah itself is the gift of Shabbos. And one of the main purposes of Shabbos is to free us from being defined by and limited to our work. Now, I'm mentioning it now because this week happens to be the beautiful Torah portion of Va'eschanan, second one in the 5th book of the Torah, Devarim, Moshe reviewing the 10 commandments now with the Jewish people. And number 4 of the Decalogue, as it's called, is honor and keep the Shabbos day to make it holy. Back in the book of Exodus, when the Jewish people were experiencing it, so to speak, in real time, the emphasis on Shabbos there was that it's a testimony to God's creation of the universe, that this world, this universe has purpose. God made the world in 6 days, as the Torah calls them, rested on the 7th, and we bear testimony to that by keeping the Shabbat. Here, as Moshe reviews the 10 commandments, with that generation about to go into the land of Israel, he stresses the idea that Shabbos is a release from slavery. He says, what does he say? You shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and Hashem took you out of there with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. Therefore Hashem your God has commanded you to make the Sabbath day. Shabbos is a release from slavery. Shabbos is a return to freedom. Freedom from work, from the work mentality, from the domination, not always benevolent, of this technology and of our social media, which, of course, I'm doing this on media. Technology is wonderful if we use it properly, if we're the masters over it, and not if it masters us. That's one of the benefits and gifts of the beautiful Shabbos. I often say, if Shabbos only gave us 25 hours of an enforced abandonment, a forced restriction from using cell phones and technology, dayenu. It gives us so much more. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Let's not be slaves. God took us out of Egypt so we wouldn't be slaves. Enjoy freedom. Not just a Friday night dinner. That's wonderful, but experience the beauty of 25 hours of spiritual freedom, elevation. That's what Shabbos is. Let's not be slaves. Have a great Shabbos, and hear me next time.